Algebra 2, worksheet 20.4. I'm going to go ahead and just start with number 1. This is graphing polynomials. We have to sketch the graph of each function, and then we have to draw the number line to represent the graph. The first thing we're looking at is we want to find the degree first. We want to kind of predict what the graph is going to look like. The degree comes from these exponents, the 2 here, and both of these parentheses have a 1 that we can't see. Combine those 3, so our degree for this first problem is a 4. And what that means is that our graph is going to go the same direction on the left and the right as after we graph it. So it's either going to go both up on those sides or both down. Since it's negative, that tells me it's going to go down on both sides. So that kind of gives me an idea of what this is going to look like after I'm done. Now the next thing I want to do is get the intercepts. This x squared, since there's no parentheses, there's no plus or minus with it. That means we're going to have a point right at the middle at 0. This x plus 5 gives us an intercept at negative 5. We change that sign and go out to negative 5, maybe right about there. Then this minus 2, this negative 2, becomes a positive 2, which is, say, right there. Now again, because the degree was 4, and because this was negative, again, that told us that it was going down on both sides. So after the negative 5, it's going to go down, and after the 2, to the right of the 2, it's going to go down like that. So we've got a pretty good idea now of what this is looking like. We just have to decide what's going to happen between these points. And notice that the x was squared. Remember that the square is a bounce point, which means that at this 0, it's going to bounce off that 0. These 1s tell me it's going to go straight through those points. So at negative 5, this line is going to continue straight through like that. It's going to come back down. Now remember, that's the bounce from the square. So it's going to bounce up, and then it's going to go straight through the 2 like that. And there's our graph. Now we just have to get it on the number line. For the number line, we're going to go with those same 3 intercepts. 0, 2, negative 5. We're going to have points on all 3 of those. Now remember that this is really just a different representation of the same graph we did. The only thing we have to figure out on the number line is where the shading is. And remember that if this is our curve that we had from the original graph, anytime the line is under, our curve is under this number line, there's no shading. When it's above it, that's where we have the shading. So it's above there, and there's our shading. That's our number line. And there's number 1.